The following is a special presentation of iRacing on LSRTV, your home for sim racing.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to LSRTV's coverage of the Outlaw Modified Series here live for the JDRF 100. Here, race number 8 of 11 of the 2018 season and the first of hopefully many here on LSRTV for the Modified Series. I'm here alongside Michael Guerrilla, and it is going to be one heck of a race here at Southern National Motorsports Park. A very high bank speedway for these modifieds, a lot different than what we've seen in the early stages of the season with a lot of flat tracks. It's going to be the highest banking we've seen all season.
Yeah, these guys will be door-to-door all the way around this high bank speedway, carrying a lot of momentum to these corners. Momentum is going to be the key to this race tonight, being able to make sure you utilize your moves right, stay as low in that bank as possible, get the run off the corner, and make sure you can pass as many people as you can.
As I said, this is race number 8. Couple of notes going into tonight. John Holcomb, you will not see him in the field. He has been penalized one race for over-aggressive racing last week. So he is going to serve his one race suspension here at Southern National. He is not going to attend here, but one driver to replace him, at least for this week. It's going to be Charlie Kuzman in the number 16 machine. If he did show up, we're going to have to wait and see if he did make the entry list. It looks like he did not, but he is invited. So look for him in the next coming weeks whenever he tries to make his debut in this series. Almost done with practice here, and they're going to go down to the starting grid. Michael, what are you expecting here tonight? Is it going to be right around the bottom, or are we going to expect to see some side-by-side racing? As you said, momentum's going to be a big key, but the problem is when guys are stacked up side-by-side, nose to tail, it's kind of hard to gain some momentum.
At the start here, I think we're going to see the bottom be predominant, as usually everyone, as you know, the lower you go, the quicker you are in the start of these races. But once that bottom gets hot and you get the rubber laid down, I'll be looking to see a few people like move up to the middle lane, maybe try and get some passes around the outside, pinch them on the bottom, get that run off the corner. But for the start, we'll mostly see them on the bottom. Just look for about halfway to move up to the top.
Looking at your points here, you can see them on your screen. I currently do not have them pulled up here, but as they come up to the grid, it's going to be James Lowe, and Lowe will go off of row number 1 here for your JDRF 100 starting grid. Michael, we're going to go ahead and run through your 18 drivers who make up your starting grid. Kenny Kibbe is in 3rd, Eric Nordhoff in 4th, Bryant Dean in the 5th position, Stefan Alphonse in 6th, Mike Kelly, Donnie Moore, Matt Shinosky, and J.R. Shepard in 10th.
Jeff Sharpen, number 73, rolling off 11th. Todd Liston in 12th. Mike Holloway, 13th. Matt LaVenture, 14th. Dustin Powers, 15th. John Hayden, 16th. J.J. Garrett, 17th. And round out your field, number 6, Kurt Smith, starting 18th.
Cars begin to roll. Lights are out atop the pass cars, so we might get one lap here. Yeah, lights are off, so let's wait and see if the pace car is going to come down. Either way, it's going to be one heck of a start here. 18 drivers all going for the win. It's going to be the highest start of the year for Lowell Jewell, so he's going to look to take advantage of it, along with James Lowe, who we saw had a very good car last week, but unfortunately he was just not able to pay off and was not able to get the victory. But here now we have the one to go, so looks like the lights were kind of fooling me there. So they come into turn number 1, on to turn number 2. Pace car is going to duck down into turn number 3, and we're going to get this race started for 100 laps. Should be a quick show, but you never know with these modified drivers. They have those Nerf bars on the front of them, Michael, and they will use them to make some passes. Could see some cautions here in the early going. Green flag in the air. James Lowe takes off for the start, but Lowell Jewell gets a great start in the number 5 machine as they go off into turn number 1. 03 machine and James Lowe gets a good restart there. Now side by side for the runner-up position. Kenny Kibbe to the inside, and Eric Nordhoff in the 22 machine. He's stuck in the outside. 23 on the inside. Bryant Dean up into the outside wall. Multiple cars taken out. The 98 of J.R. Shepard. The 26 of Donnie Moore. All drivers taken out. And that looks like the 87 of Todd Liston got a little bit of damage in there as well.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull up a replay here. It looks as though the 23 got pinched off the corner by the 22, and looks as though he just got run over by the 13 of Stefan coming off the corner, and he just pile drove him, and that knocked him sideways after he got loose off the corner, and it took out like half the field. I think everyone from about 6th on back has got some sort of damage.
All right, well, as we're cleaning up this caution here, do want to address, I didn't have the updated points there a second ago, but we can look at them now. J.R. Shepard, who was just taken out in that wreck, he's your points leader so far with an average finish of 6, 3 wins on this season. Next closest driver, Stefan Alphonse, right behind him in second with one win. And in third, it's going to be Donnie Moore.
Yeah, it looks as though during this caution, people are getting their resets coming down pit road, make sure they can get to the end here. It looks as though it's Stefan's in the back. Like you said, the points is going to be shaken up with this wreck, having everyone that just you mentioned in the points lead be taken out. But if they have their resets right and they get back to the field, this should be no problem for them.
Trying to get our stuff taken care of here. It's a 2-point lead for J.R. Shepard, and with him getting taken out of that wreck, he does have a reset, I do believe. Yeah, each driver does get 1 reset. So with him, he's probably going to have to take that. Looks like he does have a clean race car, so he may have. But with Stefan Alphonse, he's riding in the 14th position. If he can just kind of methodically work his way up through the field, that may be the chance that Stefan needs to overtake him in the championship standings. Lights are out atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car here on lap number 6, coming to the green flag. Good restart for James Lowe, but he spins the tires at the start-finish line. Kenny Kibbe to the outside lane. He shuts the door. Kibbe's going to have to move to the outside lane. Hard checkup. And that's going to allow the 0-3 of James Lowe. Aggressive move, but it pays off for him. And what really paid off is the 5 machine of Lowell Jewell. He was able to start in the inside lane. Now he has a solid grasp on that 3rd spot.
Lowell will be looking to get up to the top 2 here in a few minutes, but the 22 and the 59 are battling real hard off at turn 4. It looks as though the outside lane is actually working really well up there. As I said, I think the bottom was going to be the main line, but it looks as though the outside's really digging as the 00 Matt Shinowski. He's really making that work right now, trying to make up spots on. He just passed J.R. Shepard for 6th. And it looks as though everyone's just going to get single filed out and just start riding on the bottom line. I think it'll be like this for a while, but maybe these guys get a little aggressive here in about 10 laps or so, and they'll get digging up to the front.
J.R. Shepard doing surprisingly well. Looks like he did not come down pit road, so it looks like that car did not sustain as much damage as I thought it did. Up front, Kenny Kibbe starting to kind of reel in the 0-3 machine of James Lowe. We're 12 laps into the night's event. He's just slowly cutting that lead off of that 0-3 machine. As we go back to 3rd, Lowell Jewell starting to pull away. Now his 4th position, it's under fire. Eric Nordhoff, he's got a gaggle of cars behind him. J.R. Shepard, Mike Allen and Eric Nordhoff in the 59 machine, and Nordhoff in the 22. Looks like the 22 is going to get clear, and that's going to lead the side-by-side battle between the 98 and the 00.
Yeah, and also Matt LaVenture's going 3 wide on the bottom right here. They both decided to check up and make sure they don't do that on the star wide of LaVenture. Contact with the 87 off 2. Looks as though Todd Liston just got a little bit too close to him on the exit of the corner, but everyone's all single filed out now. They got that sorted out. But back up front, Lowell Jewell is just trying to find out where Kibbe went and Lowe, because they are just miles ahead of Lowell. It looks as though Kibbe is actually caught up to Lowe, so it looks as though they have a battle up here in a few seconds. They're trading lap times. I think Kibbe's actually being quicker. He's using that medium line, which is like in between the middle and the bottom lane. It looks as though Lowe is trying to adopt that line as well as they try to make their way through these laps. They're just winding down really quickly as it's already lap 18 already through this 100 lap event, so they're winding these laps off really quickly. As we look further back, no battles really on the track right now. Todd Liston's on the inside. He just got past Eric Nordhoff for, I believe, that 7th place. And J.J. Garrett's looking to take advantage as well as he peeks to the inside. Looks as though he might get that. The 22 of Nordhoff looks really, really tight up on that high side. He's really trying to make a move, and he's holding up a lot of people back there with J.R. Shepard. Oh, J.R. Shepard's at the wall. Looks as though net code and that caution is going to be out in the speedway. Let's take a look at the replay up on the LSRTV replay. Yeah, it looks as though just going off into turn 3. JR really pinched out. Oh, yeah. It looks as though he just had a little bit of net coating, and that sent him straight up the track. The wheel turned dead right, and he's in the fence. Looks as though he'll have to take that reset if he hasn't taken that yet as they come by to pick up the pace car. Yeah. JR is smoking away really badly right now. So let's see, he's going to bring that to pit road, see if he can get that repair done. As we have your top 5 rundown real quick, we have James Lowe first, Kenny Kibbe second, Lowell Jewell third, Mike Allen in fourth, and Matt Shinowski in fifth. Those guys have been really, really class of the field as they've been pulling away from the back half of the field, especially Lowe and Kibbe. Kibbe and Lowe have been really, really dominant. I'd be surprised to see if they could pull away right here again on this restart. They've been having really good starts. That's been really the key to getting away. Because it looks as though once you're away from the drama and the back half of the field, it looks as though they can pull away and just focus on what they're doing and driving. Let's see, I believe JR did take that repair. Yes, he did. He did take that repair, and he's back on track and looks as though he'll be tail end of the field. 1 lap down. He's down a lap with Mike Holloway in 16th, Shepard's in 17th, and Donnie Moore is 4 laps down to 18th. Looks as though Donnie, I saw earlier Donnie was on pit road. He actually is back out on track. So, and Matt Holloway's going to get the wave around here on this caution. I believe this is an admin's wave around, so it looks as though he's going to get that on the way around and get back on the lap, see if he can make some spots up.
All right, sorry about that. 1/4 of the distance here when they come to the start-finish line next time by, and that'll be the mark where we get the green flag here. James Lowe continues to be your leader. Your top 3 still the same, Kenny Kibbe and Lowell Jewell. Second and third have swapped positions since the start of the race. So far, some of your big movers, Mike Allen up from 7th now to 4th in the number 59 machine, and Todd Liston up from 12th to now 7th, and JJ Garrett in the 11 machine from 17th down to 8th. Green flag back in here, huge checkup on the outside lane. A 14 machine did not get going. Let's see if he can keep the momentum up around the outside lane. It's going to be the fight for second. Can he get the momentum going? It looks like he's almost clear. The 5 machine to the back bumper cannot get the run, so your top 3 single out. It's now going to be your battle between Shinowski and the 23 machine of Brian Dean as they come off of turn number 2. Now Mike Allen down to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to try and get some momentum going to get past that 5 machine of Lowell Jewell here in the next few laps. Because if he can, I feel like that 59 machine's got the car to catch these leaders.
Yeah, he does have that speed, and looks as though Brian Den, when he's using that outside lane, he looks like he's the only one doing it. But when he does, he really, really sends it in the corner. So maybe he's killing his right front tire as he hits the wall down the straightaway right there. I don't know what's going on there, but it looks as though he's gathered up and is going to get back in line. But with him doing that and send it in the corner, he's going to kill his tires, slide on the entrance. But it looks as though he's gathered up on the bottom now. As we look up front, Kenny Kibbe is still trying to chase down James Lowe. As looks as though Lowe is just a little bit quicker right now. I'd be surprised to see if Kibbe gets back to his bumper as he did earlier in that first run. He really had a really good mid-run speed right there. So I think he'll get there.
Well, he was down to about a 1/10 and a half off that restart, Michael, but then he started to try to run the outside lane. I think he was trying to find some momentum, and it looks like he's found it there on the bottom. And oh, right as he gets a run, caution is out. The number 11 machine just talked about him. It's JJ Garrett spun on the back straightaway.
Yeah, it looks as though he sent it in there and got really loose on entrance, and he just clipped the apron and just couldn't hold on to it coming off turn 2 and just spun it around. Looks as though he hit the front end pretty hard, so maybe he can get that reset going if it's too damaged, or maybe just save it for later if he needs it.
He does stay on the lead lap. So he's going to fall in right behind J.R. Shepard right now. J.R. Shepard should get the wave around this time by. We're past the quarter distance mark. James Lowe has led all 32 laps. And he'll lead the next few as we ride here under caution. Want to update you on a few other drivers. John Hain in the number 75 machine. He's up from 16th now to 11th. And pretty much all your guys in the 11th to 14th position, excuse me, they have caught up and past a few drivers. Matt LaVenture started 14th, now up to 12th. Kurt Smith in the 6th machine, he's up from 18th down to lucky positions number 13. Dustin Powers in 14th. He's up one spot. Your first driver is going to be Mike Holloway, who started 13th, now down to 15th. And then JJ Garrett, we just saw him inside the top 10, but he did spin right there, so he's going to restart in 16th.
Yeah, also a big move for Todd Liston from 12th to 6th, so he's made some good progress as well. But other than that, everyone that's up in the top 5 right now has stayed within the top 10. So it looks as though they have a really, really easy time of it. Be interesting to see if, like, Todd Liston, as you were saying, Jeff Sharp, John Hayne, looks as though they have speed. I think they can get to the front and get to the top 10, try to contend for those spots, as we're still under caution, working the wave around car right here of J.R. Shepard.
Couple of drivers warming their tires there as J.R. Shepard goes around the outside. He will be your 17th and final driver on the lead lap. Donnie Moore in the number 26 machine after the contact. He is 4 laps down in 18th, started 8th, so a tough night for the number 26 machine, the driver out of New England. So he's looking to bring it home for the New England faithful, but it does not seem as though he will bring it home tonight. But I say that last week, we had a driver come from 4 laps down to finish on the lead lap, so if you have enough cautions, you can get it done here on the short tracks. The 03 machine of James Lowe looking to have another good restart here if he can defend it, and the 14 machine hoping for not another checkup there. A little bit cleaner of a restart in the outside lane. It's still going to be a battle for second as they roll into turn number 1. Actually, looks like the 14 machine gets clear as they roll up into turn number 1. Battle's going to be for third.
Yeah, Lowell Jules trying to clear the 59 machine of Mike Allen. Mike's trying to use that momentum. He gets a great run off turn 4 as they're even up going into 1. Let's see if Mike Allen can actually use that momentum, as we said that momentum's going to be key tonight. And he might clear him, and he does, going off of turn 2 into 3. So this is though Mike's really working that high line. Maybe that bottom line is starting to get a little hot, and people are trying to move up to that high side. And as soon as I say that, though, Lowell's trying to fight back on the bottom. They're trading lap times right now, and this really a good battle here for third place as Kibbe and Lowe pull away. But it looks as though Mike Allen's going to hold on to the position right now, and then Lowell's going to get under attack from Shinosky.
Oh, contact behind.
Oh, Todd Liston's around as well as
big
the 9 machine.
wreck in turn 1.
Yeah, let's take a replay and see what happened there.
Looks like Todd Liston. Yeah, you called it out there. Looks like coming off of turn number 4. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is though with Todd Liston, he just got turned by the 73. Looks as though Todd held his line. The 73 just pushed up, got to his quarter panel, and got him turned around. I think he hit his tire, and I think that's destroyed his suspension, and that's what got him loose. Yeah,
it wasn't exactly a turn, really. It was a side-to-side bump, and it just kind of got Todd into a 4-wheel slide, and that ended up. You know, he may have been able to save that, but unfortunately the driver who did hit him, the 75, was on the inside by then. It put him in the outside wall. Looks like the 13 machine, Stefan Alphonse, did a great job making his way through that, coming to a complete stop multiple times to let drivers wreck in front of him.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to see how many people still actually have their resets left, because we've already had a few significant wrecks. I don't know how many resets, but if it's one reset right now, that's going to be huge, trying to see who could survive to the end of this. Like, the top 5 are pretty set right now in resets, so if they get into an incident later, maybe they can use that reset compared to people who already used theirs up. As like Todd Liston, the main incident on that caution, he are just used his right now. Looks as though Kurt Smith as well, and Matt LaVenture. I think Jeff Sharp is actually off the track right now. I believe he is disconnected from the server. So Donnie Moore is going to pick up 2 spots right there off Jeff Sharp and JJ Garrett.
So his march toward the lead lap begins for Donnie Moore in the 26 machine. He's now 3 laps down, and we're not even halfway. So if he gets 3 more cautions and no more drivers go 1 lap down, we'll see Donnie Moore, a very fast car. He practiced inside the top 10. Or no, excuse me, he actually practice a little bit farther back, but the difference between practicing inside the top 10 and practicing where he was in, I believe, 14th was about a tenth. So Donnie Moore, he's got some speed. We saw it earlier in the race, but unfortunately he was caught up in those wrecks and he had to get some repairs on pit road, but he's looking to get all of his laps back, and he's on the slow march toward it. James Lowe going to look to restart again, coming off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Big bump from the 59 machine, who's now in 3rd. So that's a little bit of a shake-up there. And now Lowell Jules going to try and use the opposite move and use that outside lane to his advantage. Can't get it done. Battle for the lead as they go into turn number 3. The 14 machine, Kenny Kibbe can't get it done. 0-3 shut the door there in turn number 3, so they remain 1, 2, 3. James Lowe, Kibbe, and Mike Allen. Shinosky now taking over that 4th position. Lowell Jules been moved to the outside lane. Cannot get it done on the outside lane like his other competitors have been able to do. And Brian Dean in the 23 machine. He's now on the bottom side. Move him up inside the top 5.
Yeah, Brian Dean's on a tear right now. He looks as though he's got that top 5 speed that he's been looking for, and he's really moving up towards the front. Be interested to see if he can get up there with Shinosky and Allen, see if they can get towards Lowe. But as of right now, everyone's single filed out, just trying to get in line right now. Looks as though the bottom lane is just hasn't moved at all. That's the line of preference, as everyone's just riding it out. Look, as you look up front now, the top 5 are just all over a blanket right here. 1st through 5th is a second apart, as Kibbe's looking really, really hard on Lowe. Looks as though Lowe's giving up a little bit, and Kibbe's got a little edge on him right now, it seems.
Yeah, but Kibbe, if he wants to make a pass, you've got to be smart. It's almost like being at a road course. Not every corner is a passing corner. Well, not every run you get is an opportunity to pass the guy. You have to set him up, and especially with these modifieds and the amount of power that they have and the amount of momentum you have to carry to be able to make a pass, setting him up is almost important as getting to the inside. Caution is out here on lap number 53.
It's a 75 of John Hain.
So Hain spun on the back straightaway. Looks like no contact, just the same thing that we saw happen earlier. He just got on the apron and it spun him sideways and into the inside wall on the back straightaway.
Yeah, I think that's the 3rd car that's been a victim of the apron so far. It looks as though, it's like you said, it's that high banking. So once that high banking meets that apron, it's really difficult to hold that car straight, especially with these cars being solo to the ground. If it hits anything like a body part or a truck arm or something like that, it'll immediately spin out on you, because I've had that happen to me many times. So looks as though that's just a simple case of that. He might have a reset left. If he does, he should be fine then. And looks as though, I believe he actually does not have that reset, because he is still sitting up there and he's taking tires. So, I don't know. Maybe the tires really shouldn't be that much of a difference, I don't think. These tires don't really wear that much in these cars over a run. So, I don't know. Maybe he just forgot to uncheck tires. I have no idea. But as we are getting ready to go, we just passed the halfway mark a few laps ago, and looking at your top 5, you got James Lowe still in 1st place. He's been dominant this entire time. He's led every single lap so far. Got Kenny Kibbe in 2nd, Mike Allen 3rd, Shinosky 4th, and Brian Dean 5th.
All right, while we got the time, let's talk about your driver who's on the comeback path. You see him running around the outside of the racetrack. Let's let him get clear of the pace car here. But Donnie Moore, 26 machine, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
All right, we talked about it a few laps ago, and we talked about it last week. You just keep getting these cautions here. You're able to get back on the lead lap. You've already got half the work done. Do you think you can luck up and get a few more cautions and end up back on the lead lap?
Well, I don't know. I need 2 more laps, and there's only 50 to go, so we'll see what happens, but it's a long road.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody's going to be the Lucky Dog Free Pass recipient of the race, it'll probably be you, Donnie. Good luck here on the restart.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Going back to green flag racing here, James Lowe is your leader. As they go off into turn number 1, Kenny Kibbe is going to try and make that same move he did last time, but Mike Allen now to the inside of the racetrack. Can he get the run there on the bottom? We've seen Kibbe and Mike Allen both be strong on the outside lane. Well, let's see if Mike Allen's got what it takes to take over the runner-up position on the inside lane. Can he get clear? Looks like the momentum's going to carry Kenny Kibbe off the back straightaway. As they go off into turn number 3, the 59 machine, he looks almost clear. And he's almost got that 2nd place position held down.
The top 2 have finally been broken up, as Mike Allen's got up in the 2nd right there. But it looks though Kenny's also getting attacked from Brian Dean from behind. So this is though maybe he used up his tires up front, starting to stay up front. So and maybe the high side's just not working for him. But he's still fighting back on the outside of Brian Dean. Looks as though he might not have the advantage going to 3, and Brian Dean's gonna maybe clear him. 14 keeps momentum on the high side. but looks as though he might foul in right here. I also want to update you on the 75. So he's done for the night. The rule in this series is you cannot take tires, and he actually took tires on that pit stop, so he is going to be parked for the rest of the night.
Yep, and should be no repercussions for him. I don't believe he went back onto the racetrack other than being disqualified from tonight's event. Well, we talked about him earlier here, Michael, but Mike Holloway, he was running 15th about 30 laps ago with all these cautions and a little bit of strategy. He's now up inside the top 5. He is officially your biggest mover so far.
Yeah, he's been avoiding these wrecks. I've seen him go through multiple wrecks, and I think he's maybe used one reset, got up in one, but other than that, he's been doing a great job finding his way through all this, the mess and all the cautions. So he looks like he's having a strong run. See if he can keep this up. Maybe he can go up there and attack Kibby. Kibby's not looking too great right now, as Mike Holloway almost is running at the exact same time as Kibby is. So it also got back up front. Looks as though Mike Allen is all over James Lowe. As he look to the inside going to 3, just can't get it done. He's gonna look off into 1, maybe see if he can get that momentum back and get to his bumper again.
I think the pass here, especially at Southern National Raceway, you got the banking, and I thought at the top of the show you'd be able to make a run there on the back straightaway and get to the inside of somebody, but it's so tight and that apron is so treacherous, you're going to have to put that Nerf bar to somebody to get around them, or at least get a little bit of a position. If you can get the 03 loose coming out of turn 2 or out of turn 4 and get the run coming onto the straightaway, I think the 59 Mike Allen should have a little bit of a chance here.
Oh, he gets the wall
right up the outside wall. But somehow he hangs on to it, and somehow the car is still fast. We'll have to wait and see. As the caution comes out on lap number 70.
That's Lowell Jules. Oh, he almost flipped it off in turn 1, but he got turned around in turn 1, I believe. Let's take a replay and see what happened there. It looks as though he hit the wall, coming off turn 4, and he just lost it. Wow, he with the pit wall and everything.
Did the same thing as your leader, but you know this is what could have happened to your second place driver. But he was able to hang on to it, but Lowell Jewell not so lucky. The car swerved back to the left, back to the right, and then back to the left again into the inside pit wall, taking the 9 machine, or excuse me, the 6 machine and Kurt Smith with him. These backwards numbers sometimes mess with me. Yeah, almost flipped it there on the apron trying to get the car turned around, but he stays on the lead lap.
This is the lowest trying to fit into the Winter Olympics, going to the ski jump over there on the pit straight. He got some serious air over there.
I'd give him silver.
He's got a solid bronze, I think, at least. But yeah, it looks as though he'll get his reset and come off pit road. I think he should be fine. He's really had some speed, but he kind of fell back at the back half of the top 10. He's got speed to be up in the top 5. If he could pick up these the back half of the field, maybe he's got a shot to get up in that top 5.
And with another caution, Donnie Moore gets another wave around. So that'll put him 1 lap down with a quarter of the way still to go in this race. But the driver who's been out front the entire time, James Lowe, has yet to relinquish the lead. He started on the pole and has led all 74 laps so far. And he's looking to lead the final 25 here as they come to the stripe this time by. It'll be 26 laps to go, actually.
Yep, and as you're saying, there goes Donnie Moore around the outside. I honestly think that Donnie, if he gets this last lap, which is really going to be close, cutting it on time, because like you said, only got a quarter of the race left to go. But if he gets his lap back, he can easily get a top 10 here and salvage this day after being 4 laps down at one point.
Doubling up here, 25 laps to go whenever they get the green flag. It's going to be James Lowe out front in the 03 machine. The 59 machine of Mike Allen on the outside. Brian Dean, Kenny Kibbe, and Mike Holloway round out your top 5. Stefan Alphonse, Matt Shadowski, and J.R. Shepard. If they finish where they are, they'll be tied in points. Coming off of turn number 4, green flag back in the air. See what that 59 machine, he's been strong on the outside lane. Can he get it done out there? Or the 23 machine of Brian Dean move to the inside? He does. Look for an aggressive move to the bottom. He doesn't. Try it as they come off of turn number 4. What a power move from Mike Allen to retake second and almost get to the back bumper of James Lowe. As they come off of turn number 2, he almost sticks the nose in there. One of these times, he's not going to hit the brake.
I honestly thought Mike was going to go around last time off 2, because he got really loose on that off of 2, but it made him almost into a move on the inside of Lowe. But it looks as though they've all sorted that out. But Lowe's pulling away again, and it looks as though Mike's just trying to get in his rhythm as he's got Brian Dean actually coming back at him again. Dean's trying to use that high side. He's peeking up there And maybe, oh, he's getting a little loose up there, so maybe not the place for him right up there, as he might get at the bottom, as he's got the 14 of Kenny Kibbe back on his inside again. Kenny's trying to resurge back up to second place, but looks as though he just can't get it done into one.
If Kibbe can get to the inside and get third back, if we get another caution, that will put him on the inside lane and ready to make another charge at the 0-3 machine of James Lowe, who just got loose coming off of turn number 4, but he keeps it going straight. Caps up front, still maintaining about 2 car lengths between first and second, and then nose to tail is second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way back to about 8th. As they come off of turn number 4 into turn number 1. A move from Kenny Kibbe, not gonna happen. Looks like he's gonna try it again in turn number 3. Nope, he's gonna think better of it. But to the back bumper is Mike Allen here inside, 20 laps to go.
Mike Allen, if he keeps his tires underneath him, he's got a really good shot at this. And one thing I've noticed about these front two, they really like to diamond the corner on entrance. As he gets really, really close to the bumper or low, he might send it one of these corners. But as I was saying, on entrance, they really like to diamond it as they like go to the middle of the bottom and then cut straight to that apron. But as you see right here, Mike Allen is just all over him. Brian Dean, oh, there's a little slip up right there. Mike Allen got to his bumper, and Lowe's still loose. He's trying to gather it on the front stretch, and he looks like he's already backed it up. And now Brian Dean's going to look underneath Mike Allen. If Mike Allen can't get the run up the corner, oh, Lowe's wrecked.
Oh, Lowe gets loose. Leader spins, takes out Shanoski. Oh my gosh, how quickly it can happen. The 23 gets taken out as well. But your leader, as soon as he got hit, I don't believe, you know, he's been on a rail this whole race. Those tires got heated up coming off of turn number 4. And it looks like he may have hit the apron as well, but that was enough to send him around. Takes out Shanoski, and a little bit of damage for the 18.
Yeah, Shanoski, Dean, LaVenture even got in there. He got a big front end damage. But like I said earlier, these guys will have their resets. So if they got a few laps to go, about 15 laps to go right now. So maybe they got a shot at getting back up in there. But at the story of the night, Donnie Moore getting his lap back, and now he is back on the lead lap.
And by the looks of it, he'll restart in 12th. Man, we love this kind of comeback stories. You know, you see guys, they'll get a few laps down and then they'll quit. You know, they don't think they have a shot at coming back. Well, you look at it here, and that 26 machine, he's going to be back on the lead lap, restarting in 12th. And unfortunately, looks like James Lowe in the 0-3 machine is out of tonight's race. So unfortunately, he is not going to be able to come back on the racetrack and try and make up any points that he can. But one driver that's going to be good news for is Mike Allen, because for the first time tonight, he is your leader.
Yep, Mike Allen, he's been there the past few restarts, and looks like he's taken advantage of all these wrecks that have happened right here at the end. And just that one little slip up from Lowe, and he's sitting in the catbird seat right now on the restart, but he's going to be really pressured here and going into one, because it's going to be less than 10 to go here at the line. So I would not be one bit surprised if Mike Holloway just tries to push him off into the corner, get him up into Kenny Kibbe, and see if he can get on that bottom lane going into one.
How would that be for Mike Holloway? Started 13th, was running as low as 15th, your final driver on the lead lap. Now with inside 10 laps to go, we're going to get the restart. Actually, with 10 to go, he's going to potentially be in a shot for this victory. And J.R. Shepard, involved in 2 accidents tonight, been outside the top 15 at one point. He's now 4th. And Stefan Alphonse, who started 6th, now back to 6th after being caught up in a few cautions. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air as check up there is Mike Allen. Everybody snaking up. As they move off into turn number 1. Can Mike Allen hang on? Well, here comes Kenny Kibbe to the outside. He's still there. They're tire to tire as they go off into turn number 3. He's going to get clear. Can the momentum carry the 14 machine off the corner? Yes, it will. So this will be your battle for the lead with inside 10 laps to go. Top 5. Allen, Kibbe, Holloway, Shepard, and Alphonse moves up into the top 5.
Could not have asked for a better restart from Mike Allen, as he gunned it on that restart, pulled away easily. He's got about a 3/10 gap right now back to Kibbe. Kibbe's got that speed. He's, like I said, the momentum. He's really good at keeping that up as he's running that higher line and diamonding it to the bottom. And he gets a great run here off turn 4. He's really reeling him in. I think he'll get there in time, but it's just a matter of when he's going to make the move. Is he going to try the outside? Is he going to go on the bottom? It's really difficult to tell which one's the best move right now.
Does he even make a move, or does he pressure Mike Allen into making a mistake? They pulled away by about 3 car lengths away from Mike Holloway in the 31 machine. So it's going to be an all-out fight here. Inside, 5 laps to go. The caution comes out. Race is over.
Caution. Just say that.
Caution is out.
Todd Liston spun around on the front stretch with the 25, Dustin Powers.
That was your battle for the 7th position as they went off into turn number 3. Looks like the 25 had the position, but then Todd Liston just tried to diamond it down coming off the corner and got into him. That's the 2nd time Liston has been turned tonight. This time it was kind of his own doing, but either way, that's going to be your 2nd caution involving Todd Liston. Still, he's had a great night to recover from pretty much being taken out about the halfway point. He was riding up inside the top 10. And barring a miracle, we should... Well, I'm going to have to wait and see here. We might get a restart if we're going to get the 2 to go signal this time by.
I believe we are done, unless there's a lap car out on track, maybe. But I think as of right now, I think Mike Allen's won this race. As I think the pace car lights, if the pace car lights don't go out this time by, we are done. As you're coming across the finish line. And they're still on top of the pace car, so the race is over, and Mike Allen has won.
He's just got to trot it around for 2 more laps. So we're on lap number 99. He's going to take the white flag this time by. He fought hard all race, started 7th, and he didn't have really the wrecks to help advance his positions, maybe like somebody like Mike Holloway, who started way in the back. You know, no offense to Mike Holloway, he has also done a lot of work to get up inside the top 3. Excuse me. But Mike Allen, he's had to scratch and claw for every position tonight, and he was able to capitalize on a mistake from James Lowe, coming down the back straightaway for the final time. Looks like he's going to coast to a victory here. Coming out of turn number 4, the pace car is going to be the first one to the line, but the Junior Diabetes Research Foundation 100 is going to go to Mike Allen in the 59 machine.
Yeah, as the fireworks go off, Mike had a great race. He, like you said earlier, he sat around, waited for his chance, and he took it as he waited for everyone to make a mistake, and he reaped the benefits of it.
2nd place is going to be Kenny Kibbe, Mike Holloway in 3rd. So that'll round out your podium finishers here. J.R. Shepard, great recovery, up to 4th. Stefan Alphonse in 5th. Eric Nordhoff, Dustin Powers, Lowell Jewell in 8th. Donnie Moore, Kurt Smith round out your top 10.
11th, last car on lead lap, Todd Liston is going to be finishing 11th. Matt Shinosky, 3 laps down at 12th. Matt LaVenture, 13th. Brian Dean, 14th. James Lowe, the dominator of the race, taken out late wreck with a finish 15th. John Hain at 16th. Jeff Sharp, 17th. And round out your field, J.J. Garrett in 18th.
And shout out yet again to Donnie Moore in the 26 machine, 4 laps down and then last for most of the race. Gets 4 waiver rounds and ends up inside the top 10. So hats off to Donnie Moore. We're going to give these guys just a few seconds. We're going to drag them up here. We're going to get some interviews from your top 3. But first, Mike, I'm going to ask you, what'd you think of tonight's race?
It was very eventful for the fact of the lines, just in the lines of themselves, which one would be better compared to the other one. Because on the bottom lane, it looked like it was the dominant one. But there are times where you had, I think it was Mike Allen, Kenny Kibbe were on the outside just making that work. But in the end, it just didn't prevail. And once it slipped up, Mike was just there, and it was a really good race, actually.
All right. Well, we're going to start with our post-race festivities. Fireworks have just concluded. And we're not talking about the ones that were up in the sky. It was the ones on the racetrack, and Mike Allen in the 59 machine, you walk away with the victory. After the fireworks on the racetrack, we saw a mistake from James Lowe, the first one all night, and you end up claiming the victory. Did you think you had to pass him, or was that kind of a plan where you to force him into a mistake?
Well, he was fast. I tried to put the pressure on him. I didn't know if I could get by him or not, but I did make a little contact, and I checked up to try to let him get straight, but it looked like he might have got loose off 2 and lost it there.
Now, you started 7th. Now, you didn't have the, like I said, coming to the white flag, you didn't have the benefit of drivers wrecking around you. You had to scratch and claw for every position. You know, did you find that the inside lane was where you had to make your passes, or could you, in a pinch, make a run around the outside? We did see you make a few passes up there.
Yeah, the outside was good tonight. It was better than, better than I thought it would be, but I did make a couple good passes on the outside. It stuck for me. I figured I'd give it a shot, and it stuck. So,
well, Mike, congratulations. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank JDRF for sponsoring the race. They do a lot of good things for the communities, and thank Lowell for the league. Good job he does, and I want to thank Clarence's Steakhouse. They've been a big supporter of short track racing in our area for many years, so I thought I'd return the favor.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I may not know where Clarence's Steakhouse is, but I think I'm going to go grab a steak here just for your inspiration.
Enjoy. Thank you.
That's your winner here from Southern National Motorsports Park, Mike Allen. And now Michael's caught up with your second place finisher, Kenny Kibbe.
Yes, and we have Kenny Kibbe up here and finishing second place up here. And Kenny, coming at last restart, you had that outside lane with about 10 to go. Did you think you had anything for Mike Allen up there on that restart? He's really powerful in that bottom.
Well, I thought I had a shot at least. I gave it all I had. The top line was really loose, but so was the bottom. I thought I had a chance, but Mike ran a really good race. I could see him coming through the pack, and I figured his car was probably a little bit better than mine, but I gave it my best effort, just not quite enough.
Indeed, you did, and you had a very eventful race. I don't think you ever fell outside the top 5, but just talk about like how good Lowe was at the start and how you were trying to keep on to him, and just how it affected your race once he got taken out.
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning of the race I was faster than he was, and I tried to make some moves. He slammed the door on me a couple of times, but he ran a really good defense, and then after a while I started to wear out my stuff, so I sort of backed off, but then I kept getting put on the outside for restarts and got shuffled back a little bit, and I felt bad for James when he got taken out there, and Brian as well. They both ran really good races, but yeah, I couldn't ever get a restart on the inside, and that really hurt me in this one.
Well, you were able to keep it up and could stay within that, like I said, consistency in that top 5. Talk about how hard it was to just maintain that top 5 with these guys pushing you out of the way and maintain that bottom.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, it's such a competitive league, and you make one mistake and you'll get freight trained really easily, so I tried my best to keep it on the bottom. At one point, James and I pulled away from the pack, and I was playing more offense, but near the end there's a lot of defense. Mike Holloway was up there, and Brian and Mike Allen, but yeah, it was a challenge. The car got pretty challenging to handle on too, but I'm happy with the second.
Okay. Anybody you want to thank there for your team who gets it done for you?
Well, I'd like to thank JDRF for being the sponsor tonight. Lil Jewel for putting on this league, and I'd like to thank everybody who is watching the broadcast tonight. Hope they enjoyed it.
Alrighty there, good deal. So that's your second place finisher, Kenny Kibbe, and I believe Gabe has caught up with Mike Holloway, your third place finisher tonight.
Down here with Mike Holloway, your biggest mover by far of the night. Mike, how'd you dodge all those wrecks and pass all those cars to come home in the podium spot?
Man, it was tough. That was kind of a crazy race. It was more a lot of just luck and close your eyes and pray.
We saw a couple of guys, especially Stefan Elfons, having to just slam on the brakes and stop on the racetrack. You know, it's not hard to do here at Southern National, but what kind of things go through your mind whenever you're just stopping on the racetrack to avoid a wreck? You know, you just kind of have to think in the back of your mind, I really hope everybody behind me sees that I'm stopped.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I mean, you really don't got no choice. You don't want to go plowing in there. You got to stop, and you just kind of start going, and you want to put your hand out the window and start waving, you know, hey, stop.
Yeah, you might end up losing that hand there. Well, Mike, you sure got it done on the racetrack. You know, if you'd gotten up there earlier, we saw you had some speed. Do you think you would have had any shot, especially if we got a restart there with maybe 1 to go? If you had been a little bit aggressive, do you think you could have got the victory?
I think if I could have got up there a little earlier, I might have had a shot. But the way things turned out, even with a 1 or 2 lap shootout there, Mike and Kenny were just really fast, and by that point, I'd done pretty much used everything up to get to that point. So I don't really think a 1 or 2 lap shootout would have made much difference in my situation.
Mike, congratulations. Anybody want to thank you before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to.
I think we lost you there.
Mike, you got a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
You cut
now
out
we
there
got
for
you.
a second.
I was just saying, I want to thank the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It's really cool of them come on to give us a little support tonight.
Well, congratulations, Mike Holloway. I want to send it back to Michael for final thoughts.
Yeah, it was a very eventful race. A lot of ups and downs for some of these drivers, as we said. A lot of big movers, like Holloway, 13th to 3rd, J.R. Shepard, who was in multiple wrecks tonight, 10th to 4th. So it's just a lot of ups and downs, and there's a lot of bad breaks for, like you said, James Lowe, Brian Dean. They just had great runs going, and then they just got caught up in each other's mess. So, yeah, it was a very eventful race tonight.
Well, on behalf of all of us here at LSRTV, hope you'll join us March the 3rd whenever you have the Folded Flag 100 at South Boston Speedway. That'll be the next time we're back with the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series. For Gabriel Wood, Cisco Scaramuza, and Michael Guerrilla, this has been LSRTV Broadcast, and join us next week and for the rest of the year. Well, thank you for joining us. Good night.